Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is: should you curse family members? No. And let me elaborate as to why you don't. You don't have to do that because some people, not all, come here with guardian angels and guardian demons, plus you have your spirit guides. Some were human in the previous life, and some are animal. And the reason that you don't do it, because one of my favorite mafioso movies was King of New York, starring Lawrence Fishburne and Christopher Walken. And there was a scene where Christopher Walken was on the run, and he had told the detective, I've never gotten away with anything in life. So I'm saying that to say that curses is something you use when absolutely provoked. You don't just banter them around like they're coins. You don't do that. And you really don't have to do it. No one gets away with anything because death is always around. Perfect example, when I started dealing with Santa Muerte, I remember the last book that was specifically for me, and the energy current was around, and it was meant for me to see, and it was meant for me to buy. And your mentor can share this with you. I got the book, and a half hour later, a woman got hit in a Kohl's parking lot. And when me and Santa Muerte had communicated, she wanted to hammer home a point to me that death doesn't discriminate on no one, and misfortune is always around. But she said, I've been watching you since you were very young, and you took one step towards me. Now I'm taking 2 steps towards you. So you don't have to really curse certain people, because there's people in my family that have physically became ill, done gotten maladies that are life-threatening, done had their lights turned off, like all types of things have happened. So you don't have to say, I curse such and such. You don't have to make a witch bottle, etc. You make a witch bottle to protect your environment. But there's certain things that you don't have to do. You really don't. You could create a sigil that can steal a person's energy, and you can use it towards your own spell work, but you don't have to really curse nobody in your family. How you handle it is you let the atmosphere metaphysically that they've created, let it come back their way. And I promise you, it can, and it will, and it does. This I can guarantee. So you don't have to do those things to somebody, whether it be your mother, your stepfather, an uncle, or even some grandparents. You don't have to do that, because hurt people hurt people. So they want to keep a legacy of deceit and bitterness going. Your job is you leave them to the very fate that they've created. Like Santa Muerte said, misfortune is always around. And misfortune can manifest in many ways. And the most painful fate a person can have is when your body starts failing you and you get a cancer or you get fatty liver disease, etc. And then the spirits purposely make sure you live longer, because they want to hammer home a point. No, a quick death will be too merciful for you. We're going to let you suffer. And all you would have to do is sit back and watch. And I understand, I'm an empathetic person, but I also understand you cannot hurt certain people, especially if these people are involved in the occult. If someone's involved in the occult and they're dealing with magic, leave them alone. One of the other movies that I've recommended in the past is The Prophecy, that also starred Christopher Walken as the angel Gabriel. And the man who was a detective and was fated to become an angel later on, he has said to the school teacher, there were angels in the Bible that killed. So my question to you is, do you really want to meet an angel? Every angel is not the same. there's different governing bodies. That's like if you go to a Walmart or Target, they have this aisle for this, they have the other aisle for that. So you really don't have to curse anybody. Leave them to their fate, and it will be handled. And you make sure that when that happens, that you're very careful, because when a person who's bitter in your family and they make that transition, they have to deal with some things on the other side. So I don't recommend that you call upon them. You have to be very careful on what people you call upon, because they could take that emotion over to the other side. And then they have to deal with all types of things. Angels, you may have to get your heart weighed by Anubis. Anything can happen. So you don't have to just banter a curse on anyone. I don't do it. The only time I would ever do something like that, if I'm absolutely provoked to stop somebody in their tracks, like a child molester or a rapist. Yes, then I will call on the curse. But just a family member, wouldn't even waste the energy. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.